You are not taking my stage right now. Hey, she caught me right. Welcome back to another Slicc Speaks, guys. And on Slicc Speaks, I like to say, like, I tend to address, like, majority of all the elephants in our society. And, like, these stories could have been as I could have just done this myself, but I had to bring on another opinion. And from Authentic Hustle himself is Rasta Tay. And he will be basically, we're gonna be discussing, like, I'll say the news that's been happening for the last 24 hours. Because if you are a big sneakerhead, or you are a part of, like, I'll say political reform with the police force, you need to stay tuned. And on Slicc Speaks, like, I think anything goes, in a sense. So how you doing today, man?
I'm good, man. You?
I mean, I've been chilling, but have you heard in the news right now that Kanye has sold his shoes for $1.8 million?
Nah, but it's new information to me. It sounds kind of crazy.
Well, how do you feel about, like, before I touch on, like, the people that bought it, how do you feel about Kanye just being an investor, like?
Kanye for president, man. For real. That man's a genius, man. Like, I think everybody should look up to Kanye.
You think, like, being that a lot of people, like, we were, like, having, like, basically a water cooler talk, and one person stated, which is Reggie, Yeezys came out, everybody hated them because of the ugly styling, like, who want to wear these type of shoes? But these type of shoes are selling for $1.8 million. You think Yeezy will stand as a brand of itself besides going with Adidas?
Of course. I think, every smart investor knows Kanye gonna blow up no matter what, with or without them. So it'll be smart to either get with him or, lose to him, either way.
Then, like, I heard that, like, besides, like, Kanye being Kanye, like, this investment group, I don't know if they're out of China or they're out of, like, I'll say Silicon Valley of California. These people are putting up, like, I'll say a Kanye shrine. They're called Stars. And they're gonna displace this Yeezy. Instead of reselling it, I mean, he already bought it for $1.8 million. I don't know about reselling it. I don't know who would buy it for $1.8 million.
Yeah.
But, like, for these shoes, like, would you think of, like, if you would have purchased it yourself, would you think of reselling it?
Of course. It's gotta be. It's gotta be an investment, especially if I'm spending 1.8, million.
But these guys are holding it, calling it the Kanye Shrine. Like,
yeah, I think they got money to waste in, but I don't.
Where's our stimulus? That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. Like, if they got money to waste, like, if you guys really think about it, they're spending $1.8 million on some, like, a piece of leather, or no, a bunch of leather, and they're worn shoes. They're not, like, brand new out of the box. Basically, they're behind a glass casing. They're worn shoes, kind of like a Marilyn Monroe dress. And they're spending that cash for, I don't know, like, it's buku bucks that you're spending for.
Yeah, like, I think they just see something in Kanye. They see something in his vision. They probably will sell the shoes later on in, like, probably 20 years from now when he got $100 billion.
Or when I say when Kanye passes or something, they probably might just spend buku, because the way bro, the way they was trying to divide it, and, like, I had to really think about it while I was reading it. The way they're trying to divide it, they're dividing it into sections. Yeah. I thought they were gonna cut it. I'm like, that doesn't make sense about cutting the shoe, but they're like, we're dividing it into we're investing it into all of our sections of this company called Stars, because, like, they're not a big shoe company. Yeah. They were never a shoe company. They just bought it because it's Kanye.
Yeah.
And having a name like that, they're like, when people come into our company, it's gonna give, like, I'll say more of a culture.
Yeah, it's kind of like what Adidas did with Kanye, including Kanye into their business. They just making an investment.
True, but
to make their brand bigger.
You think
through Kanye?
No, but you think is no. But I never really liked Adidas besides the shell toes.
Yeah.
But but do you think that Adidas or Kanye would break off from his deal from Adidas and just start his own shoe brand?
Yeah, I think he sees the power he has. Like, Kanye don't need anyone to believe in him. He believes in himself, and that's powerful, man. Look where it got him.
True.
It got him to $1 billion. Him believing in himself. You don't need nobody to believe in him.
And then most definitely, it did get into $1 billion because a lot of people called him crazy.
Yo.
A lot of people called him like, "Why are you selling your shoes for this amount?" When like I remember when the Pirate Blacks came out, like the Yeezy, the first Adidas that came out, but they was in Pirate Black. People were like, "Oh, I'm not buying them because such and such reason." And then all of a sudden the next day it was kind of like everybody had a piece of candy. Everybody had all the Yeezys on.
It was sold out
on everything.
It was sold.
Moving on, I'll say moving on to like our next pair. I mean, thank you to Stars for buying this $1.8 million shoe, which I mean I'm still waiting on my next $1,500 check from Mr. Biden. Hopefully.
You ain't get yours yet?
I'm just kidding. I did get mine. It's just,
you want another one?
Be helpful. It's a pandemic,
Throw us a couple more.
Yeah, on everything. But moving on to the next shoe is like, I don't know if you guys see it on the screen. It is the New Balance 993. And before I tell you guys the price on this shoe, would you even wear this shoe?
They hard.
Would you wear the shoe for $200?
200? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
it's gonna have me playing like Mike or something out there, but I don't know. I can't. Not 200.
They base this off like I would say, what is it? New Balance was basically trying to do like a running shoe that you don't have to take off when you're walking, or you don't have to take off when you're actually going to Publix or doing a run. But $200 for a shoe, that's just very outlandish, because there was even like giving me points and facts about this shoe on like why is this shoe worth $200. It started out at $185, which was still too high because that's the price of a Nike.
Yeah. And
like I say, Nike running shoes go for like $160, and if you buy like Nike just regular cat,
don't buy shoes. Invest your money. Don't spend $200 on shoes.
Shoes are just like cars, bro. It's a liability.
Them a liability.
No, because I'm being so serious with you guys. Like I just went shoe shopping because like not just because I wanted to go shoe shopping. It was kind of like a spur of the moment. I was just with my brother, and then like there was these pair of shoes that I wanted. I'm wearing them right now, but they're like, what is it?
Like $300.
No, they're not 300. No, they're not 300. They're not 300.
Hey, hold some, man.
What the
They're Nike. Like Nike gave me an actual card saying they're recycled shoes. So 25% of these shoes is recyclable material. So I'm doing something for the environment. So it was kind of like a good bad buy at the same time, because like I didn't want to buy any other shoes, and then all the other shoes just didn't make any sense to me. Yeah, I felt like how do you feel like being in a sneaker store now? Because like right now, every time I go in there, I'm like, am I going to school the next day? Why do I need to be in a sneaker store? Like, why do I need this orange colorway? How do you feel about going to the sneaker store?
Man, I'm real cheap. I hate sneaker stores these days because everything
they're not the same though.
You're not gonna find anything good for $100 or less.
They're not the same.
You gotta spend at least $175, and I just think that's
outlandish.
Too much, man.
For just a pair,
some sneakers that I might get dirty in 2 weeks. I can't do it.
And like I don't blame you because I can't do it anymore because like I know I wear all my shoes. So like even if you do see something like do see something hot on me, it's not like what is it? I just stock them. But I know like there's a lot of people that just buy shoes just to, yeah, I got those. Yeah, never wear them. But what's the point of if you're not selling them and you're not wearing them, there's no point of having these shoes on.
I know certain people buy certain shoes and resell them for more. So sometimes they could be like an asset, you know, if you use them in that way.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. You know, I know a couple people that buy shoes and sell them on eBay for triple, you know. They get them from Ross and sell them for triple.
Oh, yeah, you're right about that because, like, there was a point in time somebody was telling me a hustle. I don't know if you guys do that, but, like, you can go to Ross, Marshalls, and you can find some, like, Nike Dunks for, like, the low, and then you can sell them for the high. And people will pay for them because there's people looking for those certain shoes because they don't want to go out, especially right now. Yeah. The pandemic got everybody inside. So, I mean, it is getting better, but still people are still using online resources to buy their stuff. Yeah. And now, like, resellers are, like, actually making money off.
Just like the PS5.
I still don't got my PS5, dog. I'm glad you brought up that, bro. Like I really was trying to know that. I know that's gonna be like a depreciation, but I really wanted to get it. But the resellers are selling it for upcharge of like it's not a pair of shoes. I just wait for PlayStation to restock. Yeah. So from shoes to now politics, we're moving on to like this Delaware cop. And I don't know if anybody been to Delaware. It's in the Northeast. I've been there, like I say, a couple times because like I was in around Boston. All the states up in the Northeast are very close, so you're bound to touch another state. Yeah. So Delaware, this Delaware cop is fighting for his life after being assaulted, and it happened early Sunday morning. He responded to a fight, and then Captain Keith Heacock suffered a traumatic head injury at 5 a.m. And Mr. Heacock is now fighting for his life. Haven't checked on him, like yesterday I did check on his status. He's still in the hospital. Basically the fight was just, I'll say, a domestic dispute, and he just got caught in between it. And how do you feel about like because you know everybody now is looking for police reform. And the fact that he's fighting for his life, do you feel like even though that I mean, it's an assault, it's not like he got shot or anything. It's basically he's very injured. How do you feel about like people asking for police reform after hearing this story about this Delaware cop in the hospital right now? Do you want the police reform? I mean, I know I do.
Of course,
for police reform.
You know, of course.
Like, you want to hear my idea on like police reform?
Yeah, give me your idea.
My idea of police reform right now, like if we had to do it, even though I'm so sorry about Mr. Heacock being in the hospital for this domestic dispute. Hopefully you do get better, but for police reform, I feel like a lot of good cops are gonna have to suffer because if I was the man in charge, no offense, I'll have to do a clean sweep of all the police, like just a whole clean sweep, and then within the week, I hire new cadets, captains, and then I'll just go from there because like they say, you know, we have to weed them out, or we have to basically weed out the bad and then take the good. But how do you know if the good has not been corrupted by the bad? And how do you know if the bad's not acting like the good? Just sweep them, you do a clean sweep, you know. We probably will be out of police for like a day or so. But we're not gonna tell the public. That's the thing. If you announce it to the public, people are gonna be like, it's safe enough to like do anything. But it's gonna be a clean sweep of the police. They're not gonna know what's gonna be going on, and then we're gonna be rehiring from there, unless something leaks, which it probably might. I feel like that's the best way to solve our police problem. What's your take on like police reform?
Man, I think the whole police thing is like a very difficult conversation, or it's a very difficult topic because you're gonna have your bad apples no matter what.
Correct.
You know, whether you get rid of the old guys and bring in new ones, you still gonna have your bad apples because you know you never know how somebody's day may be going and how they gonna use they power against somebody else. You know. Basically, so I think there's good guys, but at the same time, that's a difficult job because you can't always try to be too good all the time, because then you got your bad apples where you are handling crime and they'll take advantage of that,
True, it's just it's like the police is too. I feel like it's too well structured right now.
Yeah.
That's why I say we have to have a clean sweep.
Yeah.
Not to be like, I want people to lose a job. You can still go for your job again, but still, like, I'm going to have to, hire some new candidates, some people that are actually going to patrol and not be the law, but enforce the law.
Yeah. And be a human about it.
Basically.
Be a humanitarian.
That's the thing that's like kind of hard about it, Slicc, is it's more that.
What's up?
With everything that's been happening so far, there's more of a change in police behavior because you're right about the whole like you can't it's hard to separate the good like cops from the bad cops.
Most definitely.
Like honestly, from how it is, from everything from the Derek Chauvin case to
Ma'Khia
Bryant, all that. Police know that now there are more eyes looking at them, especially when they're pulling over black people or basic people of color in general. And the minute the camera pulls out, I mean, it doesn't matter whether or not like, I might as well act up. It's more like, if I do something right now to this person, this could like end up
I can lose my job.
I could lose my job. Now, again, we can't separate the bad from the good because it's like a really, really hard line to like kind of split unless it's like a real like definite black and white situation.
Yeah.
But we can make the bad change their behavior. You know what I'm saying?
True.
That's like mainly what we can do.
Yeah.
Have the bad change their behavior.
Correct.
Because that's like, and honestly, the police accountability, that's something I like strive for. Yeah.
Most definitely, because like if anybody didn't know, like even though like he was charged on all 3 counts, like he should have been charged within, I'll say, the first week of it happening.
Yeah.
Because like it didn't make any sense to me on how like I'm speaking on the George Floyd trial. We basically seen him on his neck. Basically he said he can't breathe. Those witnesses, but yet he still had a trial funded with like I say taxpayer money. He still had a trial. And like and like what is it? There's police guidelines. That he follows by, and he's like, well, I did it because I was trained this way. Like I need to, or like I say for law enforcement, you guys need to take off that like if a person's really actually killing somebody, I feel like the guidelines should just be thrown out the window because everybody's seen what they saw. It's not like one visit.
And that's another thing that's about that too with like the whole guideline. It's like more of an invisible like blue badge code about like you can't snitch on your brother, you can't like really like talk bad amongst your fellow police officers, this and that. And obviously like that whole amongst our like street code, like no snitching whatsoever, and it's really messed up that cops follow that same code because for a law enforcement officer to actually break the rules or actually do something bad, the good cops don't really speak up for that, and they're part of that rotten system.
They are,
and it's been great because I've had cops
sound like a criminal organization
to me.
Exactly, but the thing is that they're supposed
sound
to
worse than the Bloods and the Crips, man. To be honest with you, they're like follow our Blue Brothers and.
I think I might as well call it Bloods and Crips if I'm gonna.
No, because like if you guys really look at it, and like I know people always talk about lives matter. Like it all started from Black Lives Matter, and the next thing you know, all of a sudden, Blue Lives Matter. We never said Blue Lives never matter. I just said we're just saying that what are we seeing on, like, I'll say our TV screens is Black lives. It's not blue lives.
Yeah.
Cause like it's speaking on like the Ma'Khia Bryant case. She had a knife, and they choose to shot her. They choose to shoot her.
A lot of people have so many split decisions on that, which I find crazy.
Yeah.
Because, in my opinion, when it comes to Black people,
correct,
we always get the most lethal force. You know. And not saying, again, like, you know, people want to say, okay, when this comes to this particular case, listen, I'm not saying, I don't want to jump on any side saying, oh, the guy was right, you know, the shooter, but he could have done something else. You're a grown police officer. You have a stab-proof vest. You could have tackled her, tased her.
Correct.
You could have tased her, anything. And he pulled up within about quarter of a minute, 25 seconds.
It's just
no de-escalation whatsoever.
I like to compare stories, because y'all heard the story. Everybody heard the story about like the unfortunate thing that happened in Colorado. 8 people killed. That man left with cuffs.
Yeah.
And a bullet shot to his leg. He left alive.
Exactly.
She had a butter knife or knife. Butter knife, either way. But either way, she didn't leave in cuffs. She left dead. And now, DJ Envy, what is it? I was gonna touch on like the people that you were talking about. DJ Envy was going back and forth with Dr. Umar. I mean, I can't say I support Umar to like 100%, but like I can't say that. I can't really. I rock with Umar, but I can't say.
For those who don't know, Dr. Umar is a pro-African activist.
He's a hard B for me, like a B plus. That's how much, like 85%.
Dr. Umar, I can't say. There's some views I agree with him on. There's some things I disagree. There's some things I disagree with him on. Like he's totally against interracial marriage or the interracial.
Yeah, thanks. You know what I mean, bro? 85%, bro.
Because he has this overly like he's just like too deep into the whole like you know everyone that's not of color is evil.
Correct.
Or like they're out to use Black people. Not saying that there aren't corporations or people have their own self motivations like that.
But he does have good gems.
I think
of course.
I think he just really want Black people to look out for Black people before they
look out for anybody
else. Branch into you know dating other races and.
Correct.
You know, I think like his whole point of the interracial thing is like, you know, build your own people up first before you go mixing with others. Like, I don't have anything against interracial marriage.
Most definitely.
When he speaks on that, I think that's what he's talking about. You know,
I could touch up on that. I can see the things I can see where he meant about like the whole interracial like dating relationships, because there's this whole idea that we kind of over sexualize. You know, certain people.
Oh yeah.
Certain
you're right about that. You're right about that.
Because you know.
No, but sometimes ethnicity over sexualize us.
Saying
exactly, and you guys know the stereotypes about Black men, and you know the stereotypes. You know what I'm saying? And there's also
you ain't gotta say it.
Exactly. And there's also this idea like you know we dehumanize like Black women too. Like somewhere in media we always make Black women you know. Look like the crazy ratchet, like and like this.
Y'all not crazy to me. Y'all just very passionate.
Lovely.
Y'all just very passionate.
Okay,
I like it.
Yeah, keep that for your Twitter followers. All right. y'all know who's watching this.
Y'all very passionate.
But y'all know what I'm talking about, and like you know, that's where like the whole situation I think he just doesn't trust it. You know? For me, I don't really care. You love who you love, but as long as you have the reason that you love the person for who they are.
Correct.
You know, don't just say like, oh, I'm just gonna find me a white boy. Oh, let me find me a black girl. You know, like
because I feel like that would better me.
That would better you. No, like
you can only better you.
Exactly. Find someone that you love. That's just basically it. Love them for who you are, and that's the whole topic about love we'll go on about later. But yeah.
Okay. So how do you feel about DJ Envy, guys? We're talking about
DJ Envy because. He went to the whole rant about how.
First of all, DJ Envy. True, but DJ Envy, I never really supported him. Cause I mean, I never really supported Charlamagne.
Is it a light skin thing?
To me, it's not.
It's a light skin thing, huh?
I mess with Charlamagne though. That's the thing. Look, I grade these people. I mess with him. He's like a hard C+ for me. You dig? Like it's good 75%. I agree with him sometimes. All right. But for Envy, I never really rock with him because he always dodge questions and he's like, oh no, I don't really do stuff like that.
His main argument was, if that was my daughter, you know, I would want the cop to shoot her. Well, the thing is that if that was my daughter, I would want my cop to shoot her and he'll feel okay with it. See, that's how I know that's BS. I would not want anyone to shoot my daughter.
Facts.
No one should shoot my daughter. And I'll feel sad about it. No, don't shoot my daughter. If there's a way to save someone's life, save someone's life. Yeah. You pull out a gun, that's the most easiest way to say, like, you know, the adrenaline was kicking in. I had to defend myself. I have to have a job to do. My job is dangerous. No.
Yeah.
Your job was to de-escalate the situation. It was just,
all I know is,
yeah,
a man can't name the color. Yeah, I can. White man killed 8 people, left out of handcuffs. That's all I gotta say. That's all I have to say, because it just doesn't make no sense to me. Like,
I think
Umar said it right. Like, he was like, yeah, he did it because he can get away with it.
Yeah.
Because, like,
of course,
bro, 8 people and a cop. They even made sure that they knew, like, everybody knew that a cop died that day. 8 people, and he left in handcuffs.
What was the
Batman guy that stormed into, I don't know where.
Oh, into the movie theater.
Yeah.
Left in handcuffs.
They always leave unharmed.
All right. That's all I have to say.
I can touch on that real quick. Yeah, I think I agree with Dr. Umar. The cop shot the girl because he knew
he could get away with it.
He knew he could beat it in court. The simple fact that she had a knife on.
Let's be honest.
And that's
he knew it.
If it was a white girl in a different situation, let's
wouldn't have shot her.
Let's put in a suburban neighborhood.
He wouldn't have shot her.
You wouldn't have shot her. Probably took stab wounds just to de-escalate the situation.
Correct.
You know, I've seen crackheads like actually chase cops around, like with knives, and I've seen, like, you know, white dudes, like, you know, make cops flinch. You know, like, that's crazy.
All I know is
white people are protected by the law, man.
Well, it's just like,
and black people are not. It's that simple.
It's just like a crazy situation.
All I know
like,
is
it's that simple.
Police reform should happen my way.
So
clear out all the police. All right, don't tell the public because it's just gonna be wild. I'm gonna go straight to Foot Locker. I'm gonna go straight to Foot Locker. I'm gonna get all the exclusives. But tune in on another Slicc Speaks, guys. It happens every Taco Tuesday, and I'm gonna be addressing anything and everything. And until next time, Slicc has spoken.
Peace out.
Bro.
Yo, drop that to a Facebook post.
You are not taking my stage right now.